In the name of Allah, the widely merciful, the ever merciful. This time we discuss the explanation of Sheikh Mohammad Assara'wi of the verse 59 and 60 of the Surah An-Nur number 24 in the Noble Qur'an. Surah An-Nur verse 59. And when the children among you left square bracket O, 3 persons right square bracket reach puberty, let them left square bracket always right square bracket ask permission, as have done those before them. Thus does Allah make clear to you His aids, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. End of translation. The child when was a child, when did not reach puberty, he used to come in without asking permission at times other than these times. Thus had he reached the puberty, he must ask permission to come in. We say not, he got used to ask permission only at these times. No, but he has to ask permission at all the times. He became youthful and older. And for him, such case had come to an end. And puberty reaching is for man to mature to a maturity that makes him capable to beget children. Thus, this is the sign of the completion of his forming. And this comes not but by the completion of the sexual instinct, which is the cause of progeny and begetting. And our example of that is with the fruit that sweetens not but after it ripens. If you let it alone after ripening, it falls by itself. And this is an ayah of Allah the Almighty's ayah, for the lasting of the kind. Had we eaten the fruit before ripening, its seed will not germinate, and its kind will die out. Thus, of the wisdom of the Creator, Allah the Almighty, is for the fruit to sweeten not but after it ripens. As well as the boy, when he reaches puberty, he becomes fit to beget the children, and we say to him, the license given to you by the Sharia has expired, and on you is to ask permission at all the times. Therefore Allah the Almighty says elsewhere, Surah An-Nur verse 31, quote, for the child who are not yet aware of the era left square bracket that is private aspects right square bracket of women left square bracket that is, except what between the navel and the knee right square bracket. End of quote. The word quote, child, end of quote left square bracket in Nur 31 right square bracket, has come in the singular form, because in this age, the instinct has not been built in the children yet, and there is not in them the tending and desires, thus, as if they are one. However, after puberty and tending desire, he has said, quote, the children, end of quote, left square bracket and Nur 59 right square bracket, because after puberty, for each one of them is his own trending and personality and adventures. Then, Allah the Almighty says, quote, as have done those before them, end of quote, left square bracket and Nur 59 right square bracket, that is, from the older ones who are asking permission all the time, quote, thus does, end of quote, left square bracket and Nur v59 right square bracket left square bracket, that is, as we have illustrated in the previous permission right square bracket quote, Allah make clear to you His aids, end of quote, left square bracket enter, v59 right square bracket, because He, Allah the Almighty, is quote, all-knowing, end of quote, left square bracket enter, v59 right square bracket, of what is best for you, end quote, all wise, end of quote, left square bracket enter, v59 right square bracket, who legislates not for you by wisdom. Then, Allah the Almighty says, Surah An-Nur verse 60, and as for women past childbearing left square bracket post-menstrual age and the old age right square bracket, who desire or intend not to marry, there is no blame upon them for putting aside their outer garments without adorning themselves left square bracket displaying adornment right square bracket, and to keep chaste left square bracket, that is not to discard their outer clothing right square bracket, is best for them, and Allah is ever hearing, ever knowing. End of translation. We know that the Sharia the wise has set for the Muslim woman rules on which she depends in her adornment, behavior and walk, for to protect her and maintenance for the society of the alluring, so that none of the weak ill-self dares on her. So the Sharia has described for her the al-hijab, that is the veil, which covers her and hides her adornment, whereas it is neither transparent nor describes her outside organs, face, breast and ellipsis points etc., and has said, Surah Al-Adab verse 59, quote, all over their bodies, end of quote. But for the women that past childbearing left square bracket post-menstrual age and the old age right square bracket, there is another rule. Those are that who cannot bear to carry babies anymore for being old and for lack of desire and intention to marry again and been passed by the life movement. Therefore, there is no minding of lightening their clothing which has been imposed on them at times of the presence of seduction. But this issue carries with it some doubt about the women whose their menstruation is cut off and caught up by old age, but still beautiful and charming. Therefore, our Lord has set for us the caution rule, quote, there is no blame upon them for putting aside their outer garments without adorning themselves, end of quote, left square bracket ender, 60 right square bracket, then He leads them to what is better than that and to keep chaste is best for them, end of quote. And He intended by putting the clothing, lightening them little, provided that quote, without adorning themselves left square bracket ender, 60 right square bracket. Therefore, it is not allowed for the woman to wear her clothes in view of this permission. Then she puts her adornment and shows off, and we fear that the women know this rule, and take not with it, so it is not to be said about them that they are side-seated. And you wonder, when you see the woman, as she reaches this age. Thus you find her pious in her clothing and appearance and behavior, so she is increased in her beauty and attraction. The opposite of that respects not her age, and paints her face with all kinds of powders and colors, looking as a distorted monster. All translations are by Al-Haush.